Welcome back to another Leetcode explanation. Today, we are looking at count subarrays with majority element Roman numeral 1. Before we dive in, as always, if you get confused at any point, just drop a comment down below and I will help you out. Let's get started. Here is the problem description from Leetcode. It's a bit wordy, so let's just break it down visually. We are given a list of numbers and a specific target number that we care about. Our goal is to look at different subarrays. A subarray is just a continuous chunk of the original list, like picking out the numbers 2, 2, and 3 in a row. For a chunk to be a winner, our target number has to be the strict majority element. That means the target has to show up more than half the time in that chunk. Since 2 is greater than 1.5, this chunk counts toward our total. The editorial approach here is called enumeration. This is a fancy word for checking every single possible chunk we can make from the list. To do this quickly, instead of starting from scratch for every chunk, we use a clever running score trick. Here is the trick. As we stretch our chunk, if the new number is our target, we add 1 to our score. If it is literally any other number, we subtract 1. Think about it. If that running score stays strictly above 0, it mathematically guarantees that our target number has appeared more times than everything else combined. Alright, here is the full Python code for this approach. Don't worry if it looks like a lot, we are going to break down exactly how it works. Just a quick reminder, if you want to test this code out yourself without retyping it, you can go to the leetcodeunlocked.com/link in the description to copy it directly. Now, back to the code. First up, we get the total length of our list, and we set up an answer variable to keep track of how many valid chunks we find. We use an outer loop to pick the starting position for our chunks. For every new starting spot, we reset our running score, called count, back to 0. Inside that, we have an inner loop. This loop stretches the endpoint of our chunk forward, one item at a time, starting from our current start point. Here is the trick in action. We look at the number we just included. If it's our target, we add 1 to our running score. If not, we subtract 1. Finally, right after adjusting the score, we check if it is greater than 0. If it is, our target is the majority for this specific chunk, so we add 1 to our final answer. Code can be hard to visualize, so let's run a tiny example through it. Our list is 1, 2, 2, and the target is 2. We start our first chunk at the very first number, which is a 1. It's not our target, so the score drops to -1. No majority here. We stretch the chunk to include the next number, a 2. That is our target, so the score bumps up to 0. But 0 isn't strictly greater than 0, so still no majority. We stretch it again to include the last 2. The score goes up to +1. Since it's greater than 0, this whole chunk is valid, so we add it to our answer. Then the outer loop shifts our starting point to the second number, the score resets to 0, and we repeat this stretching process until every possible chunk is checked. You might wonder about edge cases, like what if the list only has one item in it? Our nested loops handle this naturally. The starting point and ending point will just be the same index, the score instantly becomes 1, and it gets counted perfectly. For time complexity, we are using 2 nested loops to check every possible subarray, so it evaluates to big O of n squared, where n is the length of the list. For space complexity, it is order 1, meaning constant space. We don't build any new lists, we just use a few integer variables for keeping score. Alright, that covers the Python solution. As promised, here are the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. You can grab these straight from my site linked below. Here is the full solution written in Java. Next up, here is the exact same logic implemented in C++. And finally, here is the solution using JavaScript. So let's wrap it up. The main lessons here are using nested loops to evaluate every chunk, and using that awesome running score trick to test for majorities without recounting. Before you go, I want to mention quickly that this channel is narrated by AI. I've been experimenting with this new, fast-paced, highly visual style for the explanations. Please let me know your thoughts on this format in the comments, and don't forget to ask any questions you have about the problem there too. I built this channel to help myself and others study faster without dealing with annoying YouTube ads or sponsorships. If this guide helped you out, consider supporting me at buymeaboba.com/leetcodedaily. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.